Okay, so this is the Char and Char show. Char and Char show. The Char and Char show.
I'm like, I always say it in like a British accent.
Char and Char sounds like really different in a British accent, I think, from what it sounds like to American.
Okay, wait, you say it.
Char and Char show.
Char and Char show.
Amazing. Char and show is so similar in an American accent, like the Char and Char show.
Char and Char show.
Okay, if you don't know who we are, which is like not that much of a possibility because the only people who will listen will probably be the people in our group chat.
Like the 5 people.
But if you're outside of our group chat, I'm Carly, I'm British, I'm 21, and I'm a baby blockhead.
Yes.
And
What's your
then...
sign?
What?
What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay,
And I want to be loved by you.
Okay, we gotta include that. Okay, I am Charlotte, and I'm American. And I've like never said that. And I'm 21 as well, and I'm a Sagittarius.
Amazing. She's also a baby blockhead.
I'm also a baby blockhead. Like I don't know, it's just a given. Okay.
Oh wait, shit. I'm a Joey girl. And
oh my god. And I am a Donnie girl.
Period. That you kind of need to know that because I feel like our whole friendship is like built on the foundation
of
mac and cheese, which is great with mac and cheese. Oh god, I just love what Marina said.
Don't even get me started.
So basically, Char and I are in the same group chat on Instagram, and after a while we were like friends, and then one night Mr. Donnie Wahlberg decided to do a good old little tweet spree. He was doing Twug Tuesday, and I decided to help Char try and get Char a twug. And he ended up following her and tweeting us twice, which was like more than we asked for, but like thank you, Donnie, we appreciate it. And that night we talked for like 4 hours straight. And realized that we were like the same person, just an ocean apart.
Literally.
And then I think it was like the next time we talked where we were like, we should start a podcast after we had like that really ridiculous Mark Wahlberg story.
Yeah, we were literally like so intertwined and so we're like so funny. We're like, we are so funny.
We're so funny. We basically had a whole night where we sent voice notes to each other and we realized that they would be way funnier if the whole world could hear them.
Literally, and we will get into those freaking...
Yeah, that's like a whole episode thing.
A whole ass thing, don't you worry. Yeah, but pretty much, wait, say how long you've been a blockhead for.
Oh yeah, so, I became a blockhead in 2013, 14? 7 years ago. 7 years ago. And I was kind of chill about it. I had a Backstreet Boys account, and I posted a little bit on there from the NKOTBSB tour. Really proud of myself for being able to say that, by the way. NKOTBSB is a mouthful. Eventually, last year, during the lockdown, I was like, fuck it, I want to make a New Kids account too. So I did, and then I got added into a group chat, which Charlotte was in.
Yes. And then we just became besties. Yes. I have been a blockhead for about a year, baby blockhead. I really, it really grew, during quarantine. I think that's the same for you, too.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I always find it weird, because I'm I've been a blockhead for a really long time, but it doesn't feel right saying 7 years, because I've only really been, with people and included in the fandom for, just under a year, so it's,
It's kind of the same with me. That's why I just say, a year, because it's been, a little over a year, but, to really be, in, actually part of the fandom, it's probably about a year, and, pretty much, just quarantine really, is when everything kind of I really got into the fandom, and CQ, shout out. Yeah, and then, obviously, Donnie's in there all the fucking time. If you don't know that, then I don't, know.
If you didn't know, CQ is Club Quarantine, D-Nice goes live on Instagram, he's a DJ, and it's a good fun time, and he was basically live 24/7 during the lockdown.
Literally, not even exaggerating, literally day, night, morning.
And it became pretty known, I think, to the especially the baby blockhead community, that he was in there. And yeah, for sure.
And it was the vibe, and just so much positivity and love, and just helped everyone through quarantine. And so then I got added to the group chat, and I was in there a little bit from, like, by Marina.
Shout out Marina.
Yes, my fucking girl, whoever, like, she kind of is the first person that
I feel like Marina's, like, a little extension of us. Like...
She literally is.
Yeah, she's like the missing little piece. You know, like 2.5 Men? Like,
yes.
She's a half, you know?
She's a half. Sorry.
She's
sorry.
the half.
Damn, you doing good. You doing good in American accent.
Oh my god, my phone just fell over. I try. I mean, I've been surrounded by Americans for, like, fucking...
Yeah, you're pretty
life,
much...
So...
Anyways, so she kind of, like, really introduced me, and I was in the group chat, and then Carly got added in, and I was so excited because she's, like, the same age as me, and I was just like, hey, like, hi, like, how are you?
I was like, oh my god, someone else who can, like, take shots with me, yes.
I know, that's exactly how I was. I was like, hi, I'm Charlotte, like, want to be best friends? No, literally, I was like...
Literally, I remember being like, oh my god, we, like, instantly became best friends, whoa. Because the group chat, like, for context, like, the group chat is slightly younger than us, like, not a lot younger.
Yeah.
Only, like, a couple years. They're all,
like,
they're all teenagers still, and I mean, they're, like, I love everyone in that group chat so much. But it's, like, it's nice to kind of find someone where you can kind of talk about things that people who are legal, but still young. Hashtag young but legal. And just connect on. So I think instantly it was like, oh my god, like, you are the like, exact same age as me too. Like,
it literally, and I don't think I ever told you this, but I actually was talking to Marina about how I wanted to, like, find if there was like, yeah, I call them young-ish baby blockheads.
Young-ish, for sure.
Baby-ish blockheads is what I call them.
Baby-ish blockheads. We're just making that name of the fandom longer and longer and longer.
Really? Yeah. But I wanted to just, like, really connect with someone that was kind of, like, older and, like, talk, but, like, where it was, like, around my age. Not that, like, it really mattered, but I was just, like, curious about it.
I think that was, like, instantly, like, I think because we now can connect on things, like, outside of New Kids, because it's, like, we're the same age, we're going through the same things in a global pandemic. Like, we're both trying to navigate kind of relationships and school and work and all of these things, and being, you know, we're 21, we should be having the time of our lives right now, and we're kind of stuck inside, not being able to have the time of our lives.
Yeah, so, and I mean...
just trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, and people have it way worse, so, I mean...
For sure, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm in college, I'm a junior at university, I go to Gonzaga.
I nearly said it how Marina said it, but I forgot how she said it.
She called it, like, fucking Gorgonzola University.
Gorgonzola, that was it.
Like, she called it Gorgonzola University. I was like, bitch, that's a fucking cheese.
That was my favorite thing. That's a cheese! Like, that's
that was... Me. Anyways, if you don't know who Gonzaga University is, which it's, like, a small, private Catholic university, but we're number one in the world for college basketball.
Amazing. I love that, because I'm in my second year of online university, which is, like, super fun. So everyone else being online with the pandemic has been really funny to me, because everyone's kind of, like, talking about online school, and I'm like, I've been doing that for, like, 2 years now.
Yeah, I transferred, so I went to a community college before, and I was, like, online already because, like, I didn't want to, like, go into the school. So, like, before the pandemic, I was doing some online classes anyways. But everyone's like, oh my god, this is so shitty. And I'm like, yeah. Yep. But then the first thing I asked you was, I think it was later, like, when I saw that you were out in this group chat, I was like, I sent you a personal, like, DM, and I was like, girl, how long have you been a New Kids on the Block fan?
Yes.
Like, the first thing.
Because I was, like, scared to, like, talk to you outside of the chat.
Yeah, I made the first move.
I was, like...
And our soul sisters.
Like, I have anxiety, so I was like, oh my god, she's so cool, she doesn't want to be friends with me.
Oh my god, shut up.
But yeah, I was, like, too scared to make the first move. And, like, I was just like, she's so cool, she's not going to want to be friends with me. And then, eventually, Char made the first move. And now, everything is fine. Because I think it's really interesting as well, because you were kind of, like, just... having the stress of, like, going back to school and, like, being back in that mindset when we first became friends. So it was, like, instant, like, oh my god, help me, like, I'm stressed.
Yeah, literally, definitely. It was just, like, this whole ass... don't even know. It just, like, we just clicked, and
for sure.
We just started bonding over shit. And I just think, like, the age and, like, the life what we're going through right now.
For sure. I think because, like, you know, being, like, the same age and, like, going through the same things, and, like, it was just, like, an instant, like, holy shit, this person gets me and this person understands me and isn't gonna kind of make me feel like I'm older or make me feel like I'm younger than them. It was just, like, that perfect kind of... There's no, like, patronising element.
Yeah, and then there's, like, bond over, like, our fucking manifestations and, like, the that we say and how...
we manifest and, like, that shit comes true. Like, that just happens.
No joke.
Like, I mean, the big stuff we've manifested, like, obviously hasn't come true, but the night we kind of really bonded was the night Donnie tweeted us both twice and followed you. And, like, before he had done that, I had said to Char, like, you know, it doesn't always work out. Like, sometimes he doesn't see anyone. Like, I've been doing Twerk Tuesdays for years and, like, only had a couple. So
and
it was, like...
You hadn't had one for,
in
like...
5 years.
Like,
yeah, 5 years.
Yeah.
So it was, like, I was, like, you know, let's not, like, get our hopes up. But at the same time, we were both kind of, like, I don't know, I have a feeling that he's gonna see this. Like,
Yeah, and I literally... I was messaging you, like, obviously we were, like, sitting on Twitter.
We were, like, practically, we tweeted something and then we were, like, our heads were just, like, let's just go and, like, have a conversation and we'll go back to it in a second.
Yes.
And that was when we were, like, talking, like, going, actually, I think he might see this, because, like, you rejoined Twitter, like, especially for him, like, so I feel like he might see it. Like, I have a good feeling about it. And then we got the notifications, and we were like, shit.
I was, like, typing, and I, like, screenshotted that shit, like, faster than, like, literally anything I've ever done in my entire life.
Oh my god, I just remembered something, because you, afterwards we were, like, celebrating, and we were, like, so happy, and it was really great, and then, because he, like, was liking a ton of your tweets as well, it was really cool, and you had a blondies to celebrate, and I had, like, 2 shots of cough mixture.
Yes, oh my gosh, you said that, you're like, if that doesn't explain our personality, I don't know what was. And I had, like, 5 shots of, like, tequila and, like, a case
it was, like,
of wine.
5 a.m. for me, and so you were like, party, and I was like, cough mixture.
Yeah, and then I, like, took, like, I had, like, a bunch of blondies, which, those are fucking fire, and they really
Shout out Jenny, honestly.
Shout out Jenny.
Shout out Jenny. Jenny McCarthy, aka Jenny Wahlberg. We fucking love you. You're the best. You are the best.
Iconic ass bitch.
Honestly, we need to, like, straight up, when we were talking about doing a podcast, like, the first thing we were saying was it has to be, like, Jenny's radio show, where we just are unfiltered and who we are and make as many ridiculous jokes and be as dirty as we want to.
Yeah.
Because she just, you know, Jenny's a bad bitch, and she says what she wants to say with her whole chest, and we admire it.
Yes, and literally, so I also, during quarantine, I listened to her show, like, every single day.
Me too. Like, I had my friend gave me her login, and I got to use a VPN.
I got in from somebody, and I was like, oh my god, like,
and so I would ridiculous VPN, and I'm like, this is illegal, but whatever.
Yeah, and listen to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I want to go on her show so bad. Like, I was so determined to just, like, I wanted to have a conversation and be on her show, like, or just have a fucking conversation. So sick.
But now, obviously she isn't doing the show anymore, so we had to create a show. So, Jenny, we created a show for you to come on. So, any day you want to come and chill with us and have a blondies and talk about how fucking awesome you are and how amazing your husband is, like, we are here.
Yeah.
Like, hit us up at Char and Char.
That was crazy, because I had Twitter previously, like, all through, like, middle school, high school. And, like, some college, and then I just, like, never went on it, so I just deleted it. And then I was like, okay, like, I already knew that, like, Donnie is Twitter, like, the CEO.
I feel like even, because half the group chat doesn't have Twitter, and I think it's one of those things where you know he's really active on social media, like, that's one of the main things, like, not to, like, make this whole thing about Donnie Wahlberg, but, like, he is so good with social media, and I think without him tweeting and connecting with people all throughout lockdown, and I don't think I would have survived it, like, straight up, because he was just such a good light in that situation. And I think even now, even though lockdown isn't as intense as it was back then, he's still so active on social media. And if you don't have Twitter, if you are a New Kids fan and you don't have Twitter, like, you're missing out. Like, you are missing out on, like, this great opportunity to connect with him.
Yeah, and he's literally, like, the best explanation for this is that he's literally CEO of Twitter.
He is CEO of Twitter. Oh my god.
He's amazing. Like, I think the guy that started it, like, his name's like Mark something, and I'm like, Mark something who? Like, what?
What do you say about the name Mark and just being great?
Oh my gosh, Mark Wahlberg. Oh, that's the other thing. I love Mark Wahlberg. I really also. I just love all the Wahlbergs.
Because I feel like it was weird because although we connected via New Kids, like the first conversation we had where I was like, oh my god, I want this girl to be my best friend, was about Mark.
Yes, that is a whole.
We did eventually steering wheel push it over to New Kids Land because there obviously is the connection, but it was primarily about Mark.
Yeah, and it was for 4 hours voice memos talking about
Well, I mean, to be honest, it was a 20-minute conversation and us just wheezing at ourselves and our own jokes for 3 hours afterwards.
Yeah, and I smacked my head really hard. And...
did you find Mark first or did you find Donnie first?
Well, I always knew Mark because he's Mark Wahlberg.
You know, I never knew they were brothers for a really long time. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. I think I was I'm talking 2016.
Yeah.
Around the time, when did, I remember my dad and I were watching Ted.
Oh, yeah.
And his name came up at the end and it said Mark Wahlberg, and I remember I turned to my mum and I was like, that's really funny, that's Donnie's last name, and she was like, they're brothers, and I was like, oh, I never made that connection, and then, it all made sense to me, and, I don't even know how I didn't, because I'd watched a whole ass fucking episode of Wahlburgers at that point, so why did I not make that connection? I do not know, but...
found out, oh my god, Jenny just posted a video.
Oh, yes, again, shout Jenny.
Yeah, so, just the whole entire podcast, I'm just going to be shouting her out, because...
Literally, I should know this, episode 1, the one where we love Jenny.
Jenny, yeah.
At this point, I'm not past, anything crazy happening to us, because, for, the other night, or morning, should I say, I woke up, I went to sleep really early, because I was sick, and I woke up, super early for me, and I was like, oh my god, D-Nice is still live with Club Quarantine, holy shit. So I was I'm gonna hop in there, I'm gonna see what's going on. The only people I know in, After Dark was Charlotte, who was vibing, and Donnie, who was also vibing. And I felt he was talking to you when I came in, so I was, instantly oh, they're vibing together, great, okay.
Oh, shit.
It literally was so funny to me that I just came in and I was like, who's awake in here that I know? And the only two people in there that were awake who I knew was you and Donnie.
Yep.
And then we was a good 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours, where I feel we were the only blockheads in there.
Yeah.
Really. And we did such a good job of being really chill.
Yeah, I know.
Until he played Step by Step, and then we just fucking lost
it. And I'm oh my god! I was screaming. I'm just
so chill. We were just commenting lyrics, laughing at Donnie's comments. He didn't even think we were blockheads, and then as soon as he put that jacket on, we were
he was funny as hell. That man is funny. Hilarious. I was dying, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I literally said some, risky ass shit, and I was like, fuck it. At this point, it's 11 a.m. for you, you're fucking in a club, and it was 4:30, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. for me. I had yet to go to sleep. I literally didn't sleep
in 3 hours.
I didn't sleep at all. Not one bit.
No.
I literally had class in 3 hours, and I was sitting there, and then D-Night ended, and I was like, wow,
I think you would have gone to sleep. Had what happened after Club Quarantine not happened, you would have gone to sleep. But it was a good half an hour, and we were all calming down, and then it all just blew up again.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was so fucking amazing. The energy, the roller coaster of emotions. Once again, D-Nice just fucking does it again. He literally takes you on this journey. Literally,
it literally felt like we were in the club.
Yes.
It didn't feel to the point where, after the club, when you're everyone's really tired and kind of drunk, and you're somewhere getting food, but you've had this such a good night, and everything aches, and you're crying for no reason. That was literally us after CQ After Dark. That was literally us. We were crying.
Want to indulge in some Wahlburgers? Yeah, we need that Wahlburgers truck in the back of the club. This is a must. This is I already know it's gonna happen in real life, and I cannot wait. You literally have to come.
For sure. Duh, of course. Whatever they I've already said that I spent a really long time, like, not going to New Kids events because they were overseas, but now I'm a grown-ass person. I can, like, go overseas if I want to, like...
We can stay together everywhere and
exactly.
split shit.
Like, I can go, I just need... And especially after everything that's happened this year,
I know, right? Like, just fucking live your life and send it. And I'm a Sag, so I'm, like, really about that, like, fucking traveling.
I'm, like, a sensitive-ass Taurus that, like, has to overthink everything.
Yeah, no, I'm literally just, like... I'll, like, fucking buy a plane ticket and just, like, go to Europe. Like, that's literally what I said to my mum
the other day. I was talking to my mum. I was like, Char's, like, the kind of person that I feel like I would do anything with. And, that's kind of dangerous. Because I feel like if she was like, we should jump off this cliff, I'd be like, fucking hell yeah, let's go.
I know. You're like, that sounds like the best idea I've ever heard. No, that's my ass. I literally, like jumped off a cliff and went paragliding. Like, I just, like, do that shit.
But, like, that's so good for me, because I'm one of those people that I will talk myself out of things. Like, I will literally be like, this is such a great idea. Like, you know damn well, like, my New York plan. Like, I've talked myself out of that, like, 50 times. So, like, to have someone that's like, bet, let's do it. Like, I'm like, okay, I need that in my life, you know? Like, fucking on the cruise with, like, a leather fucking leash.
Dude, oh my god, the cruise. We have to talk about that next.
The cruise. Listen, like we want to do everything. We want to go to the tours. We want to do fun stuff. But, like, the cruise, I feel like the cruise has been a dream for us, like, anyway. Like, pre, like, kind of being super into it. I always thought that the New Kids cruises looked really fun. But I never wanted to do them when I wasn't, like, able to drink.
Yeah,
because,
same.
Like, not that you need to drink, like, I'm like, disclaimer, you don't need to drink to have fun, like, I'm not encouraging alcoholism, but, personally, like, I always like the idea of, like, taking shots and having a good time, so, and once I hit 21, I was like, fuck yeah, I could do the cruise.
Yes, exactly, and I was like, damn, like, I was about to just drag my best friend, like, Sadie on it, and I was like, damn, so she's still gonna come, because she thinks it's...
I have a friend that I want to drag on there, too, so it's like, I feel like...
And, like, we can just, like, lead the way. And that's my goal. Like, this is, like, a wish that I had. Like, when is that I want to take a shot with Donnie Wahlberg. Like, I just, like, don't know why.
Donnie's tweets alone, like, there's been times when I've, like, woke up that day and just been like, this day is, like, a complete write-off. Like, I do not want to function today. I don't want to... do this, and then he will tweet something, and it can be something as simple as his, like, you know, spread love and love will spread. It can be something as simple as that, and it just, like, reminds me that, like, if everyone in the whole world doesn't give a fuck about me, I know that Donnie Wahlberg gives a fuck about me.
Yeah, and I don't even, like, know how to even explain it. Like, when I try to explain the concepts of, like, what he does, and, like, how he's just, like, a fucking ray of sunshine, like...
Literally.
And he's, like, spirit, like, this fucking, like, angel, like, the way he, like, lives, you know? Like, in the way
it's 11:11 right now.
Wish. Oh, it's 3:12.
Oh, damn it.
It's 3:12 for me.
It was 11:11 when I said it.
Anyways, I was gonna say that...
Summarize. He's just, like, super good person, you know?
And he is so, like, he individualizes everything, and, like, every conversation he has, like, he, like, knows, like, it's not just, like, oh, yeah, like, thanks for your support, like, regular, like, fans, like,
it's
he's, like...
he actually, like, tries to know people, and, I mean, if you follow, just, like, if you don't follow Donnie Wahlberg, like, go follow him. He, like, makes it an effort every day to, like, wish people a happy birthday without even being prompted.
Yeah,
so. Like, people don't, like, spam this man with, like, a million tweets, like, it's my birthday, like, sometimes he just generally knows and will tweet that person.
Yeah, like, who the fuck, like, honestly, like, not even, like, non-celebrities, like, people, like...
Oh, I forget people's birthdays all the time.
No, I know, I'm, like, I've never, like, I haven't fucking met him, I wish, but I've never, like, known-ish someone that, like, is like that, no matter if they're famous or not, like, it's insane. He's just, like, so humble and amazing, like, and he's just a true inspiration. Like, everyone has, like, their own interactions, their own, like, memories and concepts, like, about him and, like, with him.
For sure.
And, like, that's what makes everything, like, so special, because he has, like, all these different relationships.
I always find it really funny, because obviously, like, I'm a Joey girl, I love Joey, and Joey has inspired so many things in my life, and his solo music is, like, I listen to his solo music daily. I always have. He has a song called Supergirl, which, like, low-key saved my life, but we can talk about that another time. And, like, I love him so much, and I think all New Kids fans, whether they're a Joey girl, a Jordan girl, Danny girl, John girl, they all love Donnie.
Yes.
Like, there's, like, this kind of weird, even people who aren't Donnie girls just have this admiration and connection with him because he's so active all the time with us.
Yes, and we're all new because we're blog girls. Like, we all love them.
Like,
we
people
love
genuinely sometimes think I am a Donnie girl because I have, like, the more I talk about him more because I interact with him more.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's like, it just...
I mean, I do have Donnie tendencies, so that kind of, you know.
Yeah. But... Who does? Well, he's just, like, everyone has, like, lives, and it's just, like, the part that, like, I feel like he doesn't give himself enough credit, and, like...
I feel like we knew that, like, the first episode was going to be one where we talked about Donnie a lot, because Donnie is the reason we connected.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, like, I feel the need to kind of really talk about him this one, because we really did connect because of him, but, like, we'll have another episode where we talk about, like, Joey the whole time, but it's, like, it's, like, don't just presume that we're, like, just Donnie fans because of how much we're talking about him in this episode.
But I just think that, like, he doesn't, honestly, I don't think he, like, gives us so much credit and, like, says, like, oh, well, it's you guys that did all of this, it's you guys that got you through it, we were just, like, a part of the journey, and I'm like, yes, and I, like, fully accept that and understand that, but, like, that man does not give himself enough credit, like, the content of, like, things that he does, like, he's, like, fucking
filming. The time he takes is insane.
I know, he has, like, a huge life. He's always flying back and forth. He's filming Blue Bloods. He's doing so many projects. He's writing, like, so many fucking things.
While
he's
also trying to be a good husband and a good father, like, at the same time as trying to, like, juggle all of these jobs, and at the same time, like, who has enough time to then hop on Twitter for 3 hours?
Yes, and he has, like, so much energy. Like, I just, like, strive to just, like, live a life like that.
I really want to point out that both me and Char are both playing with our hair right now while we talk about him.
I'm like, oh my god, they're thinking about Donnie. Oh my god.
I just realized we both, like, twiddling our hair while talking about
Donnie.
I'm
like, memorized, like, by just thinking about him.
Oh, I love that.
I know. He makes me, like anyway.
It's funny, because I feel like, with Donnie, like, I mean, because obviously he has Blue Bloods, which both me and Char are huge Blue Bloods fans.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we've just talked about Donnie Wahlberg for 46 minutes. We're obviously Blue Bloods fans. But we've been watching that show for a hot minute, and it's like, you know, I forget sometimes that he is the same guy I see on stage.
I know. I played a song, for, like, my mom, and she was like, "That's Danny Reagan." She was like, "Wait, that's Donnie Wahlberg." Like,
Danny Reagan can get down.
I know. That just shows how good of an actor he is.
For
because
sure.
his personality.
There's always that risk, though, isn't there, when someone is a musician and they're in a boy band and then they decide to be an actor, and it's like, oh, here we go, like, they're gonna suck at this, like, they're gonna be bad at this. But that's something that I find really crazy about both Donnie and Joey, actually, because Joey is a good actor too. But Joey did theatre, so I would expect him to be a good actor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But, like, Donnie just kind of was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, like, be in Sixth Sense, and I'm gonna, like, be, like, fucking incredible.
The way that he, like, devoted and transformed himself for the Sixth Sense part.
Insane. Like, insanity.
Like, yeah, a lot of people, I've actually heard a lot that, like, a lot of people like Donnie, and I mean, not to, like, pin them against each other, but I've just heard that, like, they like Donnie, over Mark, like, for acting. That's crazy. Yes.
I think Donnie, like, almost, because he has less roles than Mark, because obviously Mark is primarily an actor, he can put his all into those roles.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I just think that they're both fucking amazing at, like, what they do, like, everything.
He is Danny Reagan. Like, he embodies that role, like, so much.
And it's so funny because then you see, like, the behind the scenes, and you know his ass is just fucking giggling and
laughing. Having a great time, and, like, just...
always dancing, like, so lovable, and then he just, like, starts filming, like, and
I live for the Blue Bloods,
like, just, like, a dead body.
Literally.
Like,
I always have this thing that I'm always, like, whenever he's in, like, the interrogation room, and, like, you know, because he obviously, Baez is the good cop, he's the bad cop, like, every time. He's, like, slamming people's heads into the desk, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. Like, damn, like, he really, I mean, he's a little bit psycho, but I kind of like that. He's a little bit psycho, but I kind of love that.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't. I'm like, can I be the chair?
I, like, seriously would love for him to, like, do something on the crew, like the back rub, but, like, interrogation instead, like a detective.
That is so funny. funny. Oh my gosh, and all, like, the fucking cruise night ideas we have. Damn.
Like, he could, like, have someone and, like, he doesn't know who their favourite new kid is. And he has to interrogate them to tell him who their favourite new kid is.
That's so funny.
That would be, like, a whole episode, though, where we talk about Blue Bloods and, like, talk about, like, favourite seasons and favourite episodes and, like...
And, like, the cruise, too.
The whole thing, because, like, that, and, like, the whole... We have so many ideas for cruise nights.
Yeah, and you can...
Like,
yeah, we're gonna do... Yes!
So many
like,
good ideas.
Like,
We said that if we won the lottery, we would just, like, buy a fucking cruise ship and make our own New Kids on the Block cruise, because, like, we could do it really well. But,
yes!
Like, yeah,
yes.
I feel like I've talked like, a lot about Bluebirds, and I haven't mentioned that I am, like, a huge Will Estes fan, so I feel like I should mention that real quick.
Like, a huge...
You know, I just... think he's great, you know? I think he's...
That's where we're gonna go to New York, and we're gonna...
I think he's super talented, and, like, has great hair and stuff, you know? It won't happen, what happened in my dream won't happen in real life, where you and Donnie just ditched me. I had a dream that they ditched me.
And dropped you off with Will.
Do you know when you wake up, because I lucid dream all the time, and we discovered that we think Char can too, and it was just one of those moments where we wake up and we're like, did that actually happen?
Like, your body is, like, literally, like,
that shit.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because I feel like because neither of us have actually got the chance to actually meet him in real life, or any of the kids in real life, it's like, when I wake up and I'm like, oh my god, I, like, totally felt that person hug me, it's like, I wonder if those hugs will actually feel that way.
Yeah, and then you wake up and you're just, like, crying, yeah.
I can't fucking wait to hug people. Oh, I haven't hugged someone in so long that's not my mum.
Dude,
like, it's the acknowledgement. I think a hug, more than anything, like, a hug, just, that is the moment you realise someone is real.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
When I got to meet the Backstreet Boys, which was, in 2014, I was 15. I was really little. And I was obsessed with Brian. Like, Brian literally was, like, my first love. I was obsessed with him. Yeah. And he'd been in a screen for, like, my whole life. It was, like, this person I didn't even realise was a real human being until that moment.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever saw him was before my meet and greet. Like, I hadn't even seen this man perform before. It was just, like, here we are, meet and greet. It was the first time I saw him in real life. And the security guard, like, nudged me, and he, like, straight away hugged me. It was so sweet. Hugged me, and just, like, squeezed me. I can still feel it if I close my eyes. It was, like... and I remember, like you know when you, like, grip someone's, like, hoodie?
Yeah.
I remember being like, this is, like, a real piece of material. This is a real human being.
Yeah.
Who I'm hugging right now. This is insane. And then I hugged, like, Kevin, and then Howie, and then Nick, and then AJ. Like, I got to, obviously, they were all there. But I remember, because Brian was the first person I saw, just because how the lineup was. I was, like, ironic that it's my favourite. But it was such a, like... So I've always, like, held on to that moment that I know that when it happens with other bands that I enjoy, that is the moment you realise someone is real. And you just can't capture that emotion. Mm-hmm. It's like, because obviously with everything that's happened over the last year, I feel like Donnie is such a important person in my life now, same for you, that it's like, when I find out that he's real, it's just got this added emotion to it because of the pandemic and what's been going on.
Yeah, literally, and I don't know, I just, like, I can't even comprehend, like, thinking that, like, that's, like, makes me so excited, because, I don't even know, that shit, like, makes me speechless. Like, that man, the amount of times he's made me fucking speechless, and, like, fall on the fucking ground.
I can vouch for that. That does happen very often.
When he, like, follows me on Instagram. I have videos, and I FaceTimed my friend. I, like, threw my phone, and then instantly called my friend, like, exit out of that shit, and was just like, what the fuck?
Well, because you were the only person that was awake when he followed me on Instagram.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, shot, holy fucking shit.
I know, that was insane.
Because that's, like, literally my favourite thing, like, about you, like, not to get, like, emo on my podcast, but, like, you get equally as excited for other people as you do for yourself. And so many people don't. You know what I mean? Like, so many people, like, just don't. And, like, because last night, for example, when he commented on Marina's post, like, you screamed like that was your post. Like, your reaction was the same level as Marina's. And I just love that about you, because so many people just instantly don't get as excited for other people. But you match it. If not, you're more excited than other people. Like, and I love that.
Thanks. I genuinely, like, because especially, like, you know, I just genuinely care so much, and I know, like, I wouldn't be where I'm at, and, like, I wouldn't have, like, Donnie's follow, and, like, just, like, be in this fandom, like, without you guys, and so, just, like, I just get so excited, and it makes me so happy. Like, I think that's, like, the big thing. Like, I get so happy when I can make other people happy.
It just makes me joy, because, like, for anyone who doesn't know, like, Charlotte doesn't have a fan account. So she uses her personal account for all of this. So sometimes I feel like to the general public eye, you don't necessarily come across as a fan of something because it's not like all over your timeline and it's not all over that thing. So when I first met Charlotte, I was like, oh, I don't know where she came from. It was just my instant thing because obviously I made all of those connections because I made a fan account. But I just love that you have just as much love as someone who does have a fan account. It doesn't matter. Like, I thought it would matter, but it really doesn't.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I try. I just try to be, like, positive and, like, spread love, not to, like, literally quote.
Spread love and love will spread.
Literally quote. I'm like, love eternal. Like, I literally
just about to say hashtag love eternal.
Blockhead love. No, like, literally, that shit is so funny. I love how
I've always wanted someone to bring up Donnie Wahlberg on Blue Bloods. I've always wanted someone to say to him, like I said to you, I think, when I was like, I would love, like, for someone to just, like, a perp or someone to just go, like, do you know you look a lot like that guy from New Kids on the Block? And then, like, Danny Reagan could be like, I don't really listen to boy bands.
Yeah,
so
you know,
funny.
That's so funny, because he does all of his little Easter eggs, like, honestly, I literally, like, lose my shit, and I, like, rewind it and, like, scream. I'm like, oh my god,
the recent one where he was like, they were having a block party. I was like, hey!
I was like sitting there, I was like, oh my god. Yeah, that was funny. I was freaking out.
I feel like we should make it, like, a thing. So, if when our podcast reaches 100,000 views...
Very optimistic, yes.
like in total, like if we've done like 50 episodes and all together it has had like 100,000 views. You know how you can see like total views on YouTube of like all time? So like if it has 100,000 views, we will get anything Donnie Wahlberg tells us to get tattooed.
Oh, that's really good.
I mean, he would say something nice like love eternal, like spread love and love will spread. He won't say anything bad.
Absolutely anything. It doesn't have to be nice.
It can be anything he wants. It can even be his name. We will do it.
We will do it.
Yeah, 100,000 views. I mean, we could. I would say let's shake on it, but you're in a different country. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, we're in completely different countries.
Let's shake on it, but you're in a completely different country. Literally, I'm like so far away. We're like 13 hours away.
Literally, we're like 5,900 and something miles away from each other right now. That makes me sad.
Crazy. I feel like I'm like sitting here talking with you.
I know, it literally feels like someday it will be. Like, we were originally going to be like, we should start a podcast, and then we were like, why should we wait until we can be like in like a place together with a microphone when we can do it like this? It might not be the best quality you've heard ever in your life. It might not, you can't see us, but
the content is golden.
The content is second to none.
Just kiss. Look.
Yeah. I feel like this whole episode has been a Donnie dedication. Straight up.
Yeah.
Basically,
definitely.
We had this plan that since we met because of Donnie, and this podcast is happening because of him. Even if we have an episode where we don't talk about him, we have to have a moment where we just shout him out and say hi to him.
Yeah, Donnie dedication.
The Donnie dedication. So, like, I'm trying to think of, like, something that's happened recently that we can, like, have as, like, the Donnie dedication. That's different from what we talked about this whole time. His video last night. The video he posted on Twitter last night.
Yeah.
My Donnie dedication is just straight up appreciation for how much he actually genuinely misses being with the fans, and because so many people I think have been quite appreciative to have time off and have been appreciative to not have to tour and not have to do those things and be with their families, whereas I feel like Donnie, when he says I miss you guys, he means it.
Yeah, and like, yeah, and how Marina was like, the way he fucking puts words together.
I know. I'm like, Marina, he's a songwriter, what do you expect?
I know, and she's like, the way that he says things, like his lips say things, you can just tell he means it. I was like,
she's like, he says it with his eyes. I'm like, Jesus.
I'm like, I know, I was like, girl, literally though, like, just, I don't know, it's just like the most genuine things.
It's genuine, and I think that, like, I don't see that amount of genuineness from a lot of people, like, whether they're celebrities or not. Just like, you know, like, through this pandemic, like, my friends have been like, oh, we should get together when this is over.
Yeah.
They're not gonna call me.
We're not gonna
we haven't got together in 6 years. We're not gonna get together after a pandemic,
Like, and don't even, no, literally. And it's like very interesting because that is so accurate, and that's why I always say, like, every human being needs to be more like Donnie Wahlberg, and they need like a Donnie Wahlberg in their life, because
Sure.
or just not a Donnie Wahlberg, but you can have the Donnie Wahlberg, because if you want it to happen and you want to become like close and our fans, you know, just
join us.
Just fucking
That made it sound like such a cult.
join our Donnie cult.
Join our Donnie cult. Okay, well, it's been an hour and 13 minutes.
Wow, we fucking killed that. So we're just gonna edit it and
So I'll
edit it.
but we should probably do like an outro.
An outro. Yeah.
Cut. Done.
We're like, hey, bye. No.
Basically, I already made a Twitter for us. It's at Char and Char. I'm gonna make an Instagram. I'm gonna do that right now. And when I upload this, those will both be live. So I'm gonna try and do that like as soon as possible, because like I don't have a job anymore, so I don't have a life.
Yeah, I know. I just have school all the fucking time.
So I'm gonna do that. So you can follow those socials, and then you can like see what we're doing, and like our personal socials will be on there as well, so you can find those.
Yes.
Which we post a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. And then we can we'll kind of just like share. You'll learn. We're still learning more about each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you know, everyone will learn more about us. Everyone that's listening, all three people. And
all three of you, my mum, Char's mum, and Marina. We love you.
And Marina in the group chat, the whole ass group chat. Austin, Kate. Yes, they're all gonna listen.
I lead my hose. My hose.
Her hose. Yes.
My hose.
But and we have like so many different topics and so many different ideas.
Yeah, we like brainstormed ideas so much. We have so many ideas.
Yeah, like literally we talked about it like for so long, and we can just like go on and on and on. But like my first one might be kind of like a little dysfunctional. We just
wanted to tell kind of the story of how we met, how we know each other, and just like ramble about Donnie for an hour and 13 minutes.
Oh, bitch, I could talk about him for much longer if we really want to.
But like straight up, like not every episode will be like that. Like we plan to talk about like just kind of being young in a pandemic and like relationships in a pandemic and just
ideas,
all of that
like,
stuff.
New Kids on the Block, totally related, and then some like not, but we're always going to kind of tie it into.
It's always going to end up coming back to New Kids on the Block because that is a huge part of our lives.
And probably Donnie and Joey. Sorry.
Sorry about
so
it.
If you don't like that.
If you don't like Donnie Wahlberg and you don't like Joey McIntyre, this probably isn't the podcast for you.
Fuck off. And fuck off. Because there's something wrong.
That's it. That's the end of the podcast.
Yep. There it is. If you don't like them, fuck off. Yeah, so another big thing, this is like a definite definition for Char and I.
Oh god, I have no idea what you're about to say.
I know! We're fucking crackhead energy without the crack.
Crackheads without the crack.
Crackheads without the crack.
I literally put that
Young but legal.
Made a header for our Twitter and I put that as the tagline.
Crackheads? That is iconic. That is so good. And then we do young but legal. We're gonna use that.
Young but legal. That's coming. That's coming.
That's fucking coming, and we'll do that one with the cruise and shit.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely want to figure out a way that we can like film this where we can see each other.
Yeah, that's
like,
a good idea.
So you can like with visuals, because like I love listening to podcasts, but I love visuals too. Like I love that.
Me too. Like
so
that's
I feel
really
because Adam Ray, shout out Adam Ray. Like I also
shout
love
out,
Adam Ray.
Shout out. Literally
love that.
But whatever.
No, I love him. So, but he did like a live stream, and it was like a podcast episode, but like it was on Zoom. So like he still had that visual that you could see it, and I just love having that option.
Me too.
I listen to Adam's podcast in the car, but like the visuals. Well,
because I like the face to like people.
For sure, and people can see like how amazing we are.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, we'll definitely have to like. I mean, I will definitely like beat my face when we do that.
Oh yeah, I'm like, oh shit,
we're, like sat right now in like hoodies,
like fucking sunglasses. Like, no, I know. I love our confidence though. Like, really.
Sure. Yeah, just like me and Charlotte, she FaceTimed for the first time yesterday.
Yeah, literally, that was the first
and it
fucking
wasn't even like it was the first time. It was like just super like today you messaged me like, what are you up to? And I just called you. I didn't even like say
I was like, oh, I'm like in the middle of sending you Donnie's story.
I was like, rather than being like, hey, yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready? I was just like, call her.
You're like, yep. I was like, all right, let's fucking do it. And we just kind of sent it. So, I mean, we'll get better and like. This shit is not going to be very professional because, like, we're not professional. But it's going to be just, like, so chaotic and so fun and, like, so relatable.
For sure.
And
for anyone. I feel like we're in that middle age where I feel like people older can relate to us, but people younger can relate to us too. And, like, that's my goal, is like that all anyone...
The OG
blockheads, baby blockheads, people in general that aren't blockheads.
Yeah, and what if we, like, actually, we're pretty determined. Like, if we actually get any love fan base,
we're manifesting
of like people that, you know, we'll do like polls, like what people want to hear, if there's like a specific topic.
Because when I was like talking about doing a podcast, like one of the main things that like inspired me to do that, I don't know if you've seen on YouTube, the YouTube account Rat Tail.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and like I just loved their vibe and how it was kind of like. To me, I always thought, like, no one's going to listen to, like, an hour and a half of me and my friend rambling about things that we enjoy. But in reality, it's, like, I love their videos, and I love listening to them talk about stuff.
They're
so funny, and it's, like, that's something that I enjoy, and I think that there's always going to be someone out there that enjoys the same things as you. So you just have to fucking do it.
Yeah, and people want to, like, have something they can relate to, and we're...
Even if, like, only, like, 15 people listen, that's 15 people that we reached.
Yeah, and that like understand and they relate, and like, because we say some fucking shit that like I feel like people wouldn't say, but everyone's fucking thinking it, you know.
Exactly.
Saying, like, we're gonna go on like a whole ass journey, we're gonna have so many fucking adventures, we're gonna take you guys all through this.
Like, I can't wait to listen back to this episode in like a few years and be like, that's fucking wild that I was in my room in the UK and you were in America, and like we like, and now here we are, and like.
And then when we go to New York,
exactly, like, all the vibes. I'm so excited. It's gonna be great. And we can document it, and that's so fun.
Yes, like, actually do that, because I've always wanted to do that, too, so that would be fun.
Period. Well, thanks for listening, whether you are a blockhead or not a blockhead. Well, I mean, if you've made it an hour and 20 minutes in, you're probably a blockhead, to be fair.
Then you're probably a blockhead.
So thank you for listening.
Much love.
We will be back with a new episode as soon as we can be.
Yes.
I was about to be really cheesy and be like, spread love and love will spread.
At Donnie Wahlberg, gotta fucking give him credit. No, like, much love, literally, and goodbye, motherfuckers.
Stay safe out there.